VIPs, welcome back to today's episode where we are diving deeper into the world of social media. I'm sure everyone is well conversed with what social media is. So make sure that you're tuned in to the last minute so that you can be able to grasp something. Here with me is a system developer from McRain, a company that has actually made an outstanding application that is called McRain. So make sure that you're tuned in to be able to grasp a few insights that he's going to share with us. Thank you.
Yeah man, I'm a V.I.P.
My name is Mwesigwa Eric. I am an information and systems analyst. Graduated with a bachelor's degree in information systems and technology at Makerere University, majoring in information systems management. Today I'm here to introduce to you McRain.
What is McRain?
McRain is a comprehensive social media app that is designed to target the elites. As our slogan says, the realm of the elites. We're trying to focus on individuals who have been in high levels of learning or institutions of learning, as well as the general community. Yes, so McRain is a way for them to convene, have meaningful conversations regarding academia, socializing, and everything like that. Yes, so McRain is a way for them to connect with alumni, students, businesses, investors. Everyone has a way. We have a way for businesses to reach out to their individuals, for students to reach out and provide courses, skills, and anyone else can take part in these free courses and skills.
Okay, there is that interesting part about McRain where someone has to earn something after he has been in use of the app. Can you tell us more about that part?
And that part, yes. As one of the features of McRain, we have the MacUSD.
Yeah.
The MacUSD is a token for taking on certain tasks or doing certain things within the what? Within the system.
Yeah.
When you accumulate enough MacUSD, you can redeem this as mobile money, or you can use it to pay for courses within the system. For shopping, which is coming, we're going to have a shop within McRain as well. All these things can be done. We're using MacUSD as a dopamine incentive to have people continue making meaningful conversations with each other, things that build the community as well.
So can I put it in a way that we have seen it so many times whereby someone is going to be like a client to a certain supermarket. They buy from that specific supermarket, and because they are using certain cards, they are able to earn certain points so that in the future time when the points have accumulated, they are able to come and instead of paying the money, they just use the points that accumulated on their cards and they shop everything they want and they go back home. Is that so?
Yes, if you have accumulated enough MacUSD, these tokens can be translated into Uganda shillings, with each MacUSD being equal to 5 Uganda shillings. If you accumulate enough, you can redeem this, or you can use it for shopping, or you can use it for paying for courses within the site.
Yeah, okay, that's very interesting. I'm sure very many universities or university students are going to take that chance.
Yes, we are hoping that they do.
Because if there is earning because of the way you have been using and then you are able to redeem some money, then that means that it's a very interesting application.
Yes, we are hoping that they continue to use, because if you provide skills and courses, this is where you get the most from the what? From the tokens. You can get up to 200 MacUSD just for submitting a course or a skill. If this skill is approved by creators, you're rewarded immediately. It's because a daily login can give you 2 MacUSD. But if you continuously provide skills that are helping society, you can get more rewards as often as possible.
So that means that students can be able to, if like it is a student who has been really writing down his work, who has been compiling his work, can they be able to put it there for the people so that other people can be able to use the same work that he used?
Yes, the courses at Macri are all free. We are hoping that when you decide to submit your course or your skill to Macri, someone else should benefit from it for free.
Yeah.
We do not get a cut on this. There's no charge. The courses are going to be free for the individuals who decide to enroll and take part in these courses.
Yeah.
The people who provide these courses and skills, they receive a reward each time they do so, up to 200 mark USD.
So that means that as a system developer, you are well versed with social media.
Yes, to build this app, to encourage its operation, you have to be well versed with social media to see what they have done different or what they have left out, and then be able to cover that gap. Because that is what Macrain is trying to do, trying to patch the gaps that have been left out by other social media.
Okay, that's interesting. So there is nothing like replacing. It's all about making. But we have as well seen that even these apps that are around already, every time once they see that there is a trend in this, they try to modify their app to the right standards that matches the people or the energy that is all around. So Macrain is here to make sure that the gaps that have been left out by these other apps are going to be filled and also match the standards.
Yes, that is true. Macrain does every other thing that every other social media can do, because this is a standard that has already been set. So we have to be up to speed with all this. This is all implemented there. Video calls, audio calls, voice notes, everything is there. What we are trying to add is what other people have been leaving out. Yes, so we're also trying to source information locally from ground. People the information that is relevant to our people within the community we have decided to target. Because many are out there, but they don't know exactly what the people here need. Most of the courses out there are not even instructor based. But we are trying to make it instructor based here at Macrain, that the instructor has to be available to provide help where needed. Most of these other forms of courses or course providing platforms have been ignoring this greatly or providing it at a fee. Yes, this is something we are trying to make sure that is provided for free.
I have as well experienced that, whereby you want to inquire about something, but then the instructor is not available. So that's a very interesting, that's something that you have spotted. That's something that is going to be helpful to the people who are going to be using Macrain. So you have looked at how social media changes communication, especially in universities. What are some of the changes that we have been able to spot as far as communication is concerned when it comes to how teachers, students relate or talk on social media?
Yes, on social media, it has been evident that there's been an increase in the usage of social media in universities.
Yeah.
Where lecturers talk to students, either direct interactions or broadcasts or forums.
Yeah.
Yes, but most of this is through forums, which are usually one-sided, or broadcasts, which are usually one-sided. But at Macrain, we are trying to devise ways of having instructors directly communicate with their students in matters concerning the courses that they are doing. While it is okay to have broadcast because it makes communication easy, it leaves out other people who are trying to maybe get extra learning, trying to get clearance, trying to get that clarity. They're trying to see how to improve themselves. Something could be wrong. They're trying to bridge that gap. So for example, at Macrain, we have that policy that an instructor has to be available 80% of the time when they submit a course. That means that you submit a course, you have to run it as well. If people have questions, they need answers. These are answers an instructor has to provide. You have to keep your course up to date. Yes, this is all that Macrain is promising and has delivered.
Oh, so those are the certain changes that you have been able to identify as macroing and have filled.
Yes, we have filled those gaps.
That's very interesting. As an IT specialist or someone who is well versed when it comes to system development, that means that you really understand how social media works. Now, recently, we saw that social media was being used to hype the March to Parliament protest against corruption. But then, the people who were making noise, or I can call it online noisemakers, what they were preaching online, they didn't deliver when the day came on 23rd. How can people practice what they preach on social media?
The energy on social media in the march to parliament did not match the energy on the street.
Yeah.
That is the fact.
Yeah.
We all saw that. Yes, there was a lot of hype going on social media, a lot of people saying this, saying that. The numbers should have been more than what we saw.
Yeah.
Yes. But in my time as an individual who has been trying to develop social media, it has come to my revelation or to my understanding that at the end of the day, these are just individuals who are wearing a mask behind their screens.
Yeah.
Yes, this mask offers protection. That protection is anonymity. You don't know where I stay, you don't know whom I am, or something like that. So,
but I'm trying to gas something on
yes,
social
I'm
media.
trying to push something. I'm trying to push an agenda.
Yeah.
Yes, so in this agenda, we can see people coming up with positive insights. Other people are trying to turn it down, but most of it was like, we're definitely going to parliament. But at the end of the day, it's not social media which is responsible for the people that show up. It is the people who are using the what? The social media. Yes. We expect you to keep your end of the bargain every time you make what? A claim. Social media has been there to shield you from being there physically. You make those attempts which have been considered somewhat illegal or unauthorized, not illegal, which have been unauthorized, and it makes it easy for you to air out your opinions, give out your facts or what you think are facts, give out what you want to say. But social media is supposed to be a safe space for everyone to maybe become a makeshift or a make-believe journalist, because these are people who are like, I'm a journalist. They didn't study it anywhere, they didn't do it anywhere, and then they're like, oh, this is a platform for me to what? To express myself, give out my opinions. While it protects you from all the noise, it protects you from all the clapback, when the time comes to show up physically,
you're nowhere.
You're nowhere. So that noise that was there was because of the safety that came with what? With the social media. When it came time to stand for what you believed in, or what you thought you believed in, you were nowhere to be seen. So social media has been able to protect you from all these what? All these repercussions.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, but it's always a good thing maybe to keep up your end of the bargain. If you have something to say, you can always show up and say it physically. It doesn't have to all be social media. To add to that point, the majority of Ugandans who have the pressing issues don't even use the social media. That is the unfortunate part. These individuals who are on these social media platforms, they are talking to each other. Noisemaker to noisemaker, if you would want to say.
Online noisemaker
to another one. So they are making this have phantom boiling. It is boiling, but it's not hot.
Yeah.
Yes. So they are talking to each other, and the people who would have been there to air out their issues are seeing them on the streets, those who were able to make it out. For the first time, they are seeing what is going on. People are marching to parliament, but we didn't know. These are people who would have showed up, but they were not aware.
Yeah, so that means that social media is full of people who are not actually being affected
by this. They are not genuinely feeling whatever they claim is happening.
Yeah.
because the people on ground who are supposed to be affected by this are not aware of these things.
They rarely even use social
They
media.
rarely use social media. So social media may not have been an appropriate tool to conjure this much. Yes, so maybe they have to devise better means on how to deal with this next time.
Okay, that's very interesting. We have seen the likes of Sheila Gashumba, Nampera. They have become victims of social media. How can those who have not yet been affected by social media be able to avoid that part?
Yes. In my opinion, when you talk about being victims of social media, I'm assuming you mean people who have been subjected to cyberbullying, harassment, defamation, all this.
Yeah.
So, one way to protect yourself from social media or from all these things is using the tools that have already been provided in these systems.
Yeah.
We may not prevent you from doing certain things in your own privacy. It's your phone, it's your room, where we cannot stop you from doing whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're deciding to put it out there, use the available tools. We have the view ones, we have private chats, we have locked chats, we have all these ways. Make sure, for example, do not use generic passwords for your or pins for your social media accounts. Don't use generic pins. Do not share your lock pins with anyone. It doesn't matter how you think you're affiliated with them. It is not. It is important that you do not share this information.
Yeah.
Also, if you feel this needs to leave your phone and go out in the internet, at least find a way of making sure that only one person, only the intended person, is the recipient of this data.
And when that data is out, you know who is supposed to be.
You know whom to target.
Held.
You know who is responsible. It is important to make sure that this data, if it ever comes out, someone has to be responsible for it, because at the end of the day, it can leave you even with worse mental health issues if you can't even pinpoint where the data came. Not that it matters, but that's closure. Yes, so
at the end of the day, your reputation has been
lost.
Yeah.
So let's try to take these measures. If you decide to send out something, put a lock on it, then you share that thing with one person. There are ways of securing files. There are ways of making sure, because our phones have policies on them. For example, if something is in view once, you can't take screenshots.
Yeah.
For example, other apps, if someone takes a screenshot or a recording,
you are notified.
You are notified. So if you're deciding to share this information you feel should not leave
your phone,
but you're compelled to share it, have it to at least be with these protection measures. If you're sending out a sensitive email, we have now Gmail is providing you with a way for emails to disappear after a certain time, so that you don't have to be followed up by all these.
Yeah.
You set your messages to what? Have timers on your messages. Let those messages go away. You can always make new ones. Yes, so if you feel like this conversation is carrying sensitive information, please make sure that it has timers on it. Let it go away. Yes.
Use of protection measures.
Yes.
Okay. I know this is not new to you. There are so many hashtags that people use to go viral these days. What is that one hashtag that has really been on trend for some time? Because there are people who are having like content about like serious matters, but then because of that hashtag that makes them go viral, they are forced to use them. They are forced to use those hashtags. For example, I might be wanting to discuss about a serious issue, but then I'm forced to use a hashtag of Nyash because it's the one that is really trending on TikTok or X. So what's that hashtag that has been there for some time, and how can someone be able to make sure that the content that has some relevancy be able to go against popularity of different hashtags?
I think I don't even have to introduce to you Shifra at all, or Hozambe himself.
Yeah.
Yes, so these hashtags that have been trending, then all of a sudden you see videos of individuals, hashtag Hozambe, hashtag Shifra.
He's a politician, but the hashtags are for Hozambe and also Shifra.
There's one time when I saw a post about someone educating people. There was a video going around of a nurse, apparently, who tried to open iron supplements, tablets which are used for treating anemia.
Yeah.
And then she opened them up and then got a magnet and then put over the iron supplements she had poured, and then the iron was stuck to the magnet.
Yeah.
And it took me, and then I read somewhere somebody explaining that the body requires iron to function. There's iron in meat. There's iron in what? In the Cocoa Pops we eat, the cornflakes, the cereal. There's iron which is put there. But the hashtag he attached there was Shifra. Hashtag was then I'm like, this is how far we have come, that someone to try to push educational material. Because there are people who don't know that our body even requires iron to function. This is basic knowledge from primary.
Yeah.
But someone is trying to push this, and then so that he can inform people, but the hashtag he has chosen to use has only even earned him views and almost no likes. But at Macrain, we are trying to bridge this gap of relevance and popularity.
Yeah.
While these hashtags out there can prove that they are popular, provide people with the popular entertainment they need, they are kicking relevance out the door.
Yeah.
This is something we are trying to reverse. We are giving the priority to individuals who are giving us relevant information.
Yeah.
It may not seem like something we need at the moment because we are trying to get entertained, but this is something that will benefit us.
Yeah.
This is something that is important to us. We don't have to know it, but it is our job to make sure that we push it for them at least.
Yeah, so you're promising that someone who has a matter that is really relevant or that carries a certain material, that they are going to be pushed through compared to the one not focusing majorly on what is popular at that time.
If you have an agenda that you're pushing and we feel is relevant, we're going to help you put it on top so that we can have more individuals look at it. Yes, we're trying to make sure that this is a safe space for information disbursement, a safe space for people of great minds to share their opinions and be heard. We don't have to have for example, a hashtag of hepatitis B vaccination being overshadowed by a Nyash hashtag. It is not, it's counterproductive in the long run to us. Encouraging people to get that hepatitis vaccination, it's important. This Nyash is temporary. Yes, so hepatitis, when it comes, it will make you temporary also.
Yeah.
So you have to make a choice. But that choice has been made for you, that you have access to your content, but the relevant content will stay on top. We're not trying to dictate, we are just trying to make sure that at least right now, these people with relevant information, these people with pressing issues or things that are important to us, they are heard first.
Okay, that's very interesting. When we go back to our topic today, how can teachers or lecturers improve like the way they communicate?
Lecturers can improve how they communicate through things that are, for example, decluttered. One of the ways that people miss out on information most of the time is that the information comes out cluttered with other forms of information. For example, you'll see a post of maybe the president. Then next you see some rango taking it down there. Then all of a sudden, by the time you push it back up, the president's communique has disappeared. Then you have to get this information off unverified sources or something like that. So one way that we can try to make sure that information that is relevant to certain groups is dispersed properly. Can be through posters.
Yeah.
We have at Macrane, we have a way of putting up posters that can last for as long as predetermined, usually in ways that are not going to affect people, and they run at a time that is considered relevant, strong point on relevance. So if we have, for example, a broadcast, a lecturer wants to say, we have a meeting, or a class representative says, we have a lecture in lecture room 4A between 10 and 11. It will always come as a banner between 10 and 11 each time you open that group forum, or that
it has to be it has to appear.
It has to appear. And like, this is important communique from a verified user that
This and this
is happening such and such a place.
Yeah.
You don't have to miss out on this every time. We are trying to make sure that this communication always comes through when it's needed. It has to always come through. You don't have to scroll back to look for it, or else we can always keep it on top until it is relevant, and until its relevance stops. Once that stops, it goes away.
Yeah.
Something like that, yes.
So I'm sure that's a very better way students and lecturers can be able to communicate in a very better way, because you find sometimes that some people be in a class group, they post that this and this is going to happen.
Yes.
After that message has been sent to a class group, other people now come in and start talking about different things.
About a beach party.
A beach party. By the time you find that message,
it's 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's 2 days ago. Or you find you have missed something that is very relevant. Or when you miss like a class or something,
you're never the same.
Yeah, so
never the same.
I feel like that's a very better way that the communication can really be made better.
Yes.
Yeah, so what are some of the problems that you have noticed with social media apparently?
Yes, the biggest problem that we have with social media today is misinformation.
Yeah.
Yes, misinformation is generally a big problem. We've seen people producing adverts and they are like, this artist is going to be here today.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden people reach their big numbers and then it doesn't show. Next thing you know, chairs are broken. So things like that. Another big issue is unverified information.
Yeah.
Case in point, on X right now, there's a list floating around showing the TIN numbers, the names, and then the salaries of Next Media and then BS staff. Where we saw Canary earning a whopping 6 million after taxes.
Yeah.
More money than Samson Kasumba.
Yeah.
This is information that has not been verified by Next Media. This is not information which should be out there floating. So, it is our task at Macrane to make sure that people are protected from such From such misinformation. Yes.
And
unverified information. Information that is not from parties that are responsible for dispersing this information. If the president wrote a letter to the attorney general and that letter showed up on Macrane, we are going to determine who shared this letter. In what capacity have you shared this letter?
Yeah.
Are you the recipient? Are you the sender? No, if you're not, then why do you have it? Is it public? No, it's not a public letter. Yeah. This should not be on our platform. We are trying to make sure that it's a safe space for everyone. We have verified information. For all we know, that letter could have been doctored, and you're continuing to push it. It's a fake letter. They have and you're pushing it. So we're trying to protect our users from this kind of noise and clutter. Yes.
As we conclude the episode today, Macrane being the social media platform, should we expect it to be subjected to what happened to Facebook? Because some time back, the government trying to tax the users of Facebook is entirely blocked in Uganda. If you don't have a VPN, you cannot access Facebook. You must pay like some taxes, which many of the people don't want. So for you to be on the side of the users, should we expect Macrain to go that way also?
No, we expect Macrain to be protected from any form of political influence. We have decided that Macrain will have its operations within the realms of the Constitution, within the realms of what is right, and within the realms of the privacy policy. Everything that we are doing, we have a codex for it.
Yeah.
We have guidelines on how we are going to operate. How we are going to operate is expected and is in line with the Constitution. So we do not expect any form of political interference, maybe judicial. Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. You can actually give your concluding remarks so that we can end today's episode.
Yes, on a conclusive note, yes, I urge you to come and join Macrain, especially for the freshers who are coming in soon. Come in, make a few friends, see how to go around how to go around the campus. We're having ways in which we can make it conducive for you to reach out to everyone, talk to people, talk to your fellow freshmen, talk to people who have been there before. Let them direct you, let them guide you. Also, we have businesses, come partner with us. Yes.
The universities usually put bazaars
Yes.
at the start of the semester.
Yes. On the bazaars, yes, we have a store ready to go. And on our store, we'll be able to tell you more about Macrain, help you with installations, and get you up and running immediately. Then for those who want to buy shares, those are also available. Come and be a part of the journey, something great in the realm of the elites. Yes, so Macrain is definitely going somewhere, and you coming on board, it's an encouragement for all of us to continue working further, locally sourced things, and grow them locally.
That's interesting. Thank you for making it to the end of this episode. I hope you were able to learn something as far as the world of social media is concerned. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and you spread the good news of the V.I.P's podcast. Till next time, see you.
Yeah, man, I'm a VIP.